Godzo Medicine PlayStation and Medic Maniac YouTube, and I'm with Gran Turismo 7 because I noticed I had a question on my YouTube channel from somebody asking if you can earn money in custom race. Obviously, I think they mean can you earn credits in the game in custom race, and the short answer is yes. Yes, you can. You can play custom race, set up a race and make credits by playing in custom race. Yes, you can do that. So I'll go into custom race. I thought this would be a really good opportunity just to have a chat about custom race. As you can see there, I've been using the alpha in GR3, the 4C there, and I've got a video up on my YouTube channel where I've played a custom race, and that's where I've got this question. So if we go into the actual custom race here on Deep Forest Raceway, obviously you get to choose which direction you want to race. And you can see at the side on custom race, you've got some credits there, 13,800 for winning. There are varying parameters that you can set in custom race that will affect the amount of credits you get. So for example, the more laps you do, the more credits you can potentially earn. For one lap, as it stands here with the default settings when you just go into custom race, you get 6,900 credits for one lap. If you change the difficulty level to beginner, you will get less credits. If you change it to professional, you'll get more credits. So the difficulty level of your race, the laps that you have, and your starting position on the grid. If you start in first place, you'll get slightly less credits. If you start in last place, you can potentially get more credits. So here, with the settings I've just put in, professional difficulty, starting last on the grid, let's change that to a grid start just for a minute. You get 8,800 credits per lap. Now, if you do 40 laps, you'll get 348,500 credits. So for one lap, remember, that's 8,800. So 8,800 times by 40 equals 352,000. So that is almost there, but you're starting to see a little drop off in the credits per lap you can potentially earn. If you set that to 80 laps, so 8,800 for one lap multiplied by 80 gives us 704,000 credits, and you can see a much bigger drop off there. So bear that in mind when you're setting up your race. Now, the thing about custom race that I like as opposed to other races, and I've mentioned this before, so let's go into one of these races. Let's choose this one. You'll see there times 12 fuel and times 12 tyre wear. For me, I'm not a fan of that sort of stuff. It's a turn off for me. It doesn't float my boat. It doesn't melt my butter. It's very kind of arcadey. So for me, what I like doing, and we're all different, I like times 1 tyre wear and times 1 fuel consumption. Now notice that does not affect the amount of credits. I also like a damage model now and again, right? GT7 isn't the best game to put a damage model on because, as I've shown before, the AI can be problematic, aggressive, and doing very dumb things. It can also, if you're in the lead, as I've shown before in other videos, it can also be very rubber bandy and put in ridiculous times and stuff like that. And if you're in the way of it when it's being super aggressive, you're going to take damage. But now and again, I don't mind a damage model, because what that does for me in custom race is it gives me things that I can play with where there's no pressure. I don't have to continue, I don't have to use it. It's not a rule of completion on this equals this reward. It's not tied to the amount of credits. It's just there if you want to play with it or not. And that's what I like about custom race, is there are just things in here where I can take my cars in my collection, which I'll show you in a bit, like a big box of toy cars, right? And I can play with them, you know, like we used to do when we were younger. And Gran Turismo gives us a load of tracks and a load of cars, and we can potentially have them in our toy box or our garage, and we can take them out and go play with them in any settings that we want, and that's what I love. Currently, I'm using the Alpha, the GR3 Alpha. So, if I choose from my rival selection by category, here, it'll select GR3 for me. I can, if I want, select individual cars from my garage, and that means that you can have fun playing with your cars with different paint jobs, or different setups, or different builds. You know, you can have fun. Use your imagination, just whatever you want to play with, on whatever track you want to play with, in whatever weather settings that you want to play with. You can play from dawn till night time and anything in between. You can have your own custom weather settings that you can play around with variable times, time lapses, and yeah, play. And that's what I like about custom race. For me, it's a place I can play without all that stupid times 12 tyre wear and times 7 fuel and all this in, and you must, you know, attain the lead by so many laps. I can do what I want with what cars I want at what tracks I want and just have fun. So my garage, showing my cars and what I've been doing and what I am doing. So I've been playing with this Alpha in GR3 because I just like it, right? It's not because it's fast, it's not because it's this or that. I just like it. I just like this car, so I'm playing with it. So if I go into change car, you'll see that there are a lot of GR3 cars at the top here, and I've got it on last used. And why they're last used is I've been making sure that these cars have got not just the hard racing tyres that they come with, but the soft ones and the medium ones, so that I can take any of these GR3 cars and play with them in my custom races. And I'll show you something else in custom races that I've done, and that anybody can do, and it's just up to you how you want to play your game in your home. So if I go to custom race, there's an option to save and to load. Well, I've already saved a bunch of settings for a bunch of tracks because I've been using GR3 cars. So all these are set up to ×1 tyre wear, ×1 fuel load, professional difficulty, you know, 65 laps, because I like that sort of thing. Succuba there has got 125 laps because that's a shorter circuit than the others. And I've just been playing GR3, you know. So you can save your settings in custom race. You can take your cars, you know, because let's be honest, we bought this game because we love playing with cars, we love circuits, we love petrol smells, we love checkered flags, we love starting grids, we love all the noise, all the engine, we love all that. That's why we bought this game. Unfortunately for us, we don't get to qualify, we don't get to free practice, we don't get to put the amount of fuel that we want into the car before we start a race. I've moaned about all that before, but the short answer, can you earn credits? Yes, and you can have fun while you're doing it. So custom race is cool. I just want to say as well, custom race is a great way when you're doing your races. It's a great way to learn circuits. It's a great way to learn cars. Now, I'm an advocate of not using assists, using manual gears and turning off ABS and stuff. I do use default ABS, but I'm an advocate of that because, and damage models, I'm an advocate for playing, with a heavy damage model, all that. Because when you start playing with the freedom, nobody's pushing you, nobody's making you, and nobody's making you not do that. You're free to do whatever you want. So if you're playing without assists and just playing around with it, if you're playing with manual gears and you don't normally use manual gears, what you're going to find is that ultimately, if you keep doing that, you're going to find you have more control about what's going on with your car. You're going to understand more about how your car feels, and you're going to learn tracks while you're doing it. So essentially what I'm telling you is, and this is my philosophy for, academic stuff as well as anything else, is if you're enjoying what you're doing, if you love what you're doing, and you play around with all these things, is that you will learn while you're playing, because that's what we're like as humans. And that's whether that's academic stuff or whether that's leisure stuff, is the more you're having fun with it, the more you'll want to have fun with it, and the more you'll soak up, the more you'll learn. So to these people who want to become the next Igor Fraga or whatever, the next Mick Kizel, I would just advocate just playing with your game. Get a viewpoint, the buttons configuration, and play with the different settings. Play with your game and have fun with it, and you'll learn tons. Okay, so that's my little chat about custom race. Whatever you're doing, take care.